Funding for Off 90 is provided in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.
Coming up on Off 90. You know me as the host of Off 90. Now get to know me as an artist. We'll take a look at my colorful stained glass mosaics at my studio in Lanesboro. Forget the tuba, trumpet, or trombone. These ladies play the teapot. Hear the unique sounds of the singing teapots from Rochester. And join the celebration of history, heritage, and healing at the 38th annual Mankato Pow Wow. It's all just ahead, Off 90. Hi, I'm Barbara Keith. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Off 90. I've been the host of this program for about a year now, but until now you've never really had the chance to see behind the scenes of my life as an artist, living and working in Lanesboro. I design and create stained glass mosaics that can be seen all over the country, including the Mayo Clinic in Rochester and Children's Hospital in Minneapolis. I'm delighted to give you the chance to know me and my work a little bit better. Look at that. Is that cool or what? I love making mosaics because it's kind of unique. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? This one's kind of cool. Isn't that cool? It's like a frog. I mean, lots of people paint and photography and everything, but not so many people work with glass. Look at these rich colors. It's like candy, you know? It's sort of like glass heaven. And so there's a little bit of an allure for me to do something that's a little offbeat. So I think I'll just start collecting some glass. So I need one of those big carts. Time to go for a ride. Mosaics are great because they give me this great feeling while I'm working on them, but I just feel good doing it, being creative. Could put this one next to one of these. When I made a lot of cats, I used this kind of glass for their eyes. It's almost a shame to cut it down because it's just so pretty to just look at it. I'm Barbara Benson Keith and I do stained glass mosaics. Come on down to my shop. One thing I like a lot about mosaics is kind of the graphic quality, and you can't really blend it like paint. But you can blend different colors together, so I really like that about working with mosaics. I start putting it together and deciding what goes where and what would be good. It's a lot like doing a puzzle. If I've been mosaicing all day, sometimes when I'm trying to fall asleep, I see shapes that I can't get out of my head. Actually, for 12 years I was a teacher, and then during that time I took a class in stained glass windows. And so I started just, you know, in the evenings and weekends just for fun as a hobby. I thought, well, I'm gonna make some mosaics, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I just tried it, and I did one, and then I did another, and then I did another one, and I entered that in the state fair. And that one's second place, and it's a really competitive competition, so I was encouraged to go on. So she kind of started everything. And then I thought, well, why don't I try putting some in galleries? And so galleries said yes, and why don't I? And then the art consultants called me, and things just kind of progressed, one thing to the next. So I didn't really plan that it would be any life-changing thing. It was just another thing to have fun learning to do, and so it just happened that it became my career. I've done about 250 mosaics so far. The most important thing about doing mosaics are these, my safety glasses. And by the way, I've just ordered my first pair of bifocals. It is fun to just twist things around and figure it out. When you start in something that you have no idea what you're doing, there is this period of experimenting and just kind of trying things and figuring out what works and what doesn't. This is a glass cutter and it has a little tiny wheel at the tip. Everything is original and unique because you haven't learned how to do it. And so I push it across and it makes a good little zipping sound. So I actually carry on with that general concept by not taking classes. And then I use this tool to break it like that. Because I think lots of times what happens when you take a class, you start to do it like the teacher has shown you how to do it. And then the third thing I can use is this tool, which is a wheeled nipper. It has two wheels that you put the glass in between it, and then it breaks it. So I've really not taken any mosaic classes except that for one. So I just get myself a little supply of glass going here. And once I have a good supply, I'm ready to glue. So it's just still a little bit of figuring things out. And I'm still doing things that I've never done before. So it's still about experimenting. Come on, Annie, let's go. What a great day. It's so great being a full-time artist because I get to totally set my own schedule. Hey, chickies, wanna come outside? It's just a calm, peaceful, wonderful thing to do. This is Mrs. O'Leary. And, you know, I love kind of just the quiet and working alone. Annie, come on, come on. It's just a pleasant place to be, but then what I do is I put on an audiobook.
I described it as hunky-dory. How else to capture my people?
And I just kind of get into a little zone.
The bed, the desk, the brass.
I just enjoy the process so much. I mean, I just love it. I'm trying to get a consistency that's kind of, oh, like peanut butter or a little wetter. I love that my work is in children's hospitals. So what I have to do is spread this around and then work it into all the cracks. This is going to go in a clinic somewhere, or maybe a hospital. I think neonatal. I really love when they're in children's hospitals because I want something, you know, cheerful and happy. That will hopefully bring some happiness or a moment of joy to the kids and their families. Well, this piece is called Six Little Preludes, and it's at the Children's Hospital in Minneapolis. I thought it would be fun to come up with something that would be colorful and bright and happy and fun to look at with lots of details. Just fun. People get off the elevator and this is the first thing you see, and so, you know, in a pretty trying situation, hopefully it brings them a little bit of joy. So that's my favorite thing to do, children's hospitals. I love when the art is in a public place. Lots of people don't even get art at all unless they encounter it somewhere in a public place. But I love that lots of people see it and enjoy it. And sometimes I hear back from people that I don't even know, and they saw my work someplace and they just wanted to say, you know, how it made them feel. I think as a society, you need art, you know? You need something either controversial or beautiful or just thought-provoking, and art does that. We're all familiar with the high-pitched whistle of a teapot. It's not something most of us would call music, but a group of ladies in Rochester has found a way to use ordinary teapots in an unusual way to make unique and delightful music. In fact, if you have a teapot sitting around your house, you might want to go grab it. Turns out, it's pretty easy to learn.
To play a teapot is not rocket science.
First, you need a teapot that fits your hand, isn't too heavy, and then you hum into the spout. And use your free hand on the top opening, and you wave it up and down rapidly. And that makes the vibrato.
It's just humming. Think kazoo.
We call ourselves Singing Teapots.
We are a group of retired women who have found that this silly little music that we make is entertaining, and we play the old music. All right, Amazing Grace. Oh, she's got a beautiful Savior. Okay, that's fine. The sound is, it's nothing like you've ever heard.
I think we sound almost heavenly, or I don't know the right word for the sound of it, but it's sometimes angelic. It's a sound that is just beautiful to listen to.
Beautiful, beautiful. Very pretty a cappella, yes.
We don't necessarily all have singing voices.
Has anybody seen my gal? That was better. That was better.
That was awful.
That was better.
And that's the ironic part. Some of these gals are in their church choirs, but many aren't. But humming is so much easier. You don't have to worry about forgetting the words. We often go to nursing homes or luncheons or care facilities. But it's so much of a joy to see the people enjoy us, and it just triggers their memory a lot of times. You can just see them relating to the songs that we're doing because we can all relate to music. That's what's fun about it.
We have a gift that we can bring. Just the reaction to the residents, the enjoyment that they give, and the smiles that they give back to us, and just the wonder of what you're doing has been fun to see.
So much fun to see the eyes lighten up of people that are listening, or the smiles come out and they look so shocked to see how beautiful it really does sound. I think it amazes people, and it's so much fun just to be a part of it.
The next one we're going to do is another familiar one. She'll be coming around the mountain. It's a great thing to do if you enjoy music, and if you don't feel that you can sing or carry music anymore, here is a way to do it. It's a little bit silly. It could say that it's something that keeps old ladies off the street. Part, yes, silliness it is, but there is joy in that, and that's part of our mission, is if we can bring joy with our music, then we get it back. We get it back. Hi, Nick, whoa, back, hee-haw.
Finally this week, we're taking a stop in Mankato. Once a place only of sorrow and pain for Native Americans, Mankato has since become a source of healing and connection. Join the celebration of history, heritage, and the future of all cultures at the 38th Annual Mankato Pow Wow.
Hamitakipi iushkamachiankapie Mankato Wachipi ed Taya Yafipi is saying hello to my relatives. It's good to see you all. Welcome to Mankato Pow Wow.
I'd love to have people get to know us as we really are, and one good way of doing that is coming to a powwow and dancing with us, and you'll feel it out there. You really feel connected to the earth. The powwow is incredible, and if I could choose where to end my days on earth, if I could end it at a powwow, it'd be perfect. The powwow here is a reminder that we are the people who at one time were essentially the managers of all the resources in this entire region. And I think we were doing a great job. And we said in the beginning of life, there was nothing in the world, nothing existed except for God, the creator of Wakantanka. And from the creator's heart and mind, he created the heaven. And to indicate the heaven, he put up the sun. And our word for the sun is we. And to put a place for the humans to live, to create Mother Earth, the Creator started with a large molten rock. We questioned where do we belong on the earth, and the Creator said, when you come to the earth, step hard on the ground, on Mother Earth, and if that's where you belong, Mother Earth will hold you. If it's not where you belong, you pass through to another part of the earth. So when we came here to this part of the earth and stepped hard, and Mother Earth held us, we looked around and saw all the beauty of everything that was here. There were trees, there were birds, there were animals, the grass, everything was here before us, and we saw the beauty. And we were so impressed with that, we were so much in love with this place, that we gave a second step, a light step. The first hard step to see, do we belong here? And when Mother Earth held us, we took another light step, thanking the Creator for all the things that were already here. And that's our dance. A hard step, then a light step with one foot, and the same thing with the other foot. Every time you take a step and you're dancing, you're praying, you're thanking the Creator or thanking God for letting us be here.
The Indians were pushed against the wall, you might say, by white encroachment. And the Indians started feeling a resentment because they weren't getting annuity payments either for the land. And the food that they were promised by the government wasn't coming, and the little children were starving. And it was a real bad year for crops and that type of thing. It was like taking a bottle of pop and shaking it, and eventually something pops. And that's what happened in this particular case. And so they went to war. When the war came to its conclusion, General Sibley told the Indian people that they would surrender, they would be taken as prisoners of war. But once they were taken prisoner, they changed the whole picture and changed it to war criminals. They wanted to hang 303 of the warriors. Bishop Whipple, who was an Episcopalian bishop, stepped in, and he actually went to see President Lincoln and spoke in the Indians' behalf in their favor, and said that this picture is really all wrong in what you're getting from the government. He said if you hang anybody at all, it should be very, very few. And Lincoln said, well, we'll hang 39 of the worst ones. And then the 39th had his sentence commuted, so there were 38 in the final result. Why this powwow is so important is that for 110 years, since the hanging of the 38 Dakota in downtown Mankato, Dakota people preferred to drive through Mankato and not stop for any reason. Amos Owen and his tribal council came to Mankato and visited Jim and the rest of us at the YMCA, where Jim was the director. And we had a mini powwow, and that kind of created an atmosphere of friendship and reconciliation right there in the beginning. The idea crossed my mind that, well, maybe Amos could create a powwow with our help. And I contacted Amos Owen, and Amos, of course, responded with a resounding, "You bet." Well, I'm excited about that. And then things kind of fell into place, you know.
At that time, there were not powwows in the state of Minnesota, but we had the first one, a traditional powwow that continues on. And from now, there's powwows at every reservation.
So Amos saw this as a real chance for bringing about a sense of reconciliation amongst the white people and the Indian people. And many other things have happened as a result of these powwows, and it really has brought the different cultures together. And so Amos, if he were alive today, he'd be very proud of what's happened.
My grandparents helped found this powwow, and I've been coming here since I was a baby. Today is very important to see everybody come together and to celebrate being Dakota and sharing this with everyone.
Well, I think it means quite a bit. I asked a Dakota friend of mine a few years ago, after he'd participated in these powwows for a while, how he felt about the powwow from a Dakota perspective. And he said coming back to Mankato as free people was like, he went like this, like wiping a veil of false guilt away. And that, I think, was speaking for all of Dakota, because I feel that they all felt that way pretty much.
Well, we all have ancestral connections to the 38 that were hanged. And as for me personally, the Minnesota history books back in the 60s always depicted this as we were the savage killers, rapists, pillagers. But we also crossed that line back from public school back to the reservation, where we had grandparents and great-grandparents that told us the oral history of what happened. And was wrong on both sides. The federal government, the reaction of some people, there were victims on both sides. But to never forget that the largest mass execution in U.S. history was right here in Mankato, and a lot of us had ancestral ties to the 38.
People believe by going to the movies they can find out who we are. They believe by reading textbooks written by non-Indians they can find out who we are, but that will only confuse you more. The powwow is where we can really be ourselves, show some pride, and just open up to people, trust. You see people out there laughing and just being themselves. You see them on the street or even in their home community. They're sitting really tight-lipped and don't share. This place here, it just opens you up. You can't help it.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of Off 90. See you next time.
Funding for Off 90 is provided in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.